Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Hopping over on a live stream, guys. We just got kind of everything logged in. I just got into YouTube, had to set up a lot more of the stream than I thought I would have to. As you can see, we have kind of a different layout in here, which is pretty cool to see. So I'm hoping that it's going to work. Now, we are still going to be streaming tomorrow. Just wanted to hop on and do some progression, answer some questions, go through my dailies on here. I'm kind of joining with you guys. Kids are all sleeping. Wife is out right now. What's going on? Javid, you can get some sleep. We're going to be back tomorrow. Again, just wanted to kind of hop on. Javid is actually right here, guys. He is killing it. Big shout out to Javid at 4:20 a.m. He is in 44-8 as free to play. That is right, guys. I cannot stress it enough. Javid is 100% free to play and is doing absolutely phenomenal within AFK Arena. Guys, you can see his lineup here, even with the Awakened version of Solus. Doing incredible within here. Now, I'm going to save the summons and everything for tomorrow. What I've been doing right now, and I kind of want to talk about it, is grinding the towers. Guys, we're almost 770 floors within the Graveborn Tower. I have been grinding again, like I always say. I grind like crazy in here, trying to get the resources, but also trying to get Stargazer cards. We picked up 65 out of here already, which is awesome. What's going on, Jordan? Thank you guys for joining us again. I'm just going to hop on here, was going to do some dailies. Figured I'd just throw up a live stream and chill and go through the dailies. Again, look at that. 719 stones. We've been picking all of those out of the Misty Valley right now. We just got it on reset. So fast rewards. I do this all the way to 200 diamonds. Now we know with the update in the additional star, elemental shards are going to be worth, or you're going to get even more elemental shards out of the fast rewards, which is very cool to see. What's going on, Bustacap? And really hoping again that the stream holds, that there's no lag, there's no delayed. I actually had to uninstall Streamlabs in its entirety, reset up everything. That's why, again, there's kind of a new interface. It looks a little bit different. Had to kind of change everything in there. What's going on, Vitter? Thank you guys for joining us. So we're going to run through Solemn Vows, still continuing with the power leveling, guys, doing absolutely incredible in here. So in here, I do the Arcane Labyrinth. For the mentor task, borrow mercenaries, absolutely. Friends list, I believe, is still pretty full. Yep, Danny's at 1 day. 2 days, we will go ahead and remove them. Short term, going in here, it looks like there are a couple applicants in there, which I wait first come, first serve on those heroes, guys. But I always want to pick up really 2 that I do not have built. Big shout out to Miller of and Hop You. They're usually in here to go ahead and pick up some of these heroes. We'll go with Ninja of the Sea. And then I also do pick up the Awakened version of Solus, just for the simple fact, guys, that very, very important to have those out to build them and max them out when it comes to the Cursed Realm. Got Kaz Ascended and then Mishka, last piece of tier 4 gear for her. Very nice, guys. Mishka, super, super important. She is probably one of the top priorities within AFK Arena, guys. Building her out, again, super important. 9 of 9 furniture for her is absolutely phenomenal. Plus 60 engraving is really good for her as well. So definitely want to build out Mishka like what Geeky did. It is very, very well worth it. What's going on, Harbor Nails and Spa? What's going on, Dave? Thank you guys for joining us. So we got 1 copy so far of the Awakened version of Solus. Again, we're going to see where Baden comes in. So out of here, guys, I do get cards every single day out of here, and I do buy them in the shop. This is really the big one out of this chest right here. We get 1 of our time emblems out of here every single day. And then I also do buy 1 of the time emblems out of here every single day. So right now, because we do buy that deluxe monthly card, we get 2 cards every single day. So over time, guys, it's going to be a ton of progression. What's going on, Raphael? Keep the Awakened Brutus. Okay, I'll keep the Awakened Brutus. So looking here at the mail, guys, leaderboard rewards. This is the reason why we continue to push. Weekly rank of 70 right there within the treasure scramble, but that yields us these. Now, with the rate that we're at, with the updates that are going to drop on Tuesday when the patch comes, this will include time emblems, which mean going forward, this is going to be a little bit easier to go ahead and pull because we will be pulling out the time emblems in there as well, which again is really cool. Getting more diamonds, getting more time emblems. They're updating the loot across most things. Valoris or Kanisa, who to build first? That's really a tough Right now, Childo, and that question is really tough. So building out Valoris, Valoris is actually used in quite a bit of the Cursed Realm. Now, with that being said, I have not seen, I think there was one spot, Childo, where Kinesa was actually used, but I don't know anywhere else. I think even in this one, I don't think anywhere within here in some of these meta formations. And if you remember, yesterday I was at 35, today I'm at 26. So some of these formations, I don't think Kinesa and Rook is being used anywhere. I don't think after the initial kind of the trial period, I don't see them used anywhere. So honestly, I would say Valoris still have some viability going through the tower. Kinesa, I don't know anywhere that they're used right now. So it kind of stinks. Again, because I don't see anywhere else that they're being used at this point, Childo. So right now it's just tough. Is it true that never stops? That absolutely never stops. With the essence, it literally just continues to creep up, creep up, creep up. So I don't know what you mean by getting it getting levels getting better. It still keeps going. Pulled in Audrey from normal pulls. Yes, guys, Audrey is another hero. Audrey is really the primary damage dealer when it comes to the Celestial Tower. So she is an absolute huge priority to build, guys, for the Celestial Tower. When you start getting into the Celestial Tower and start getting into double teams, it is really Audrey. Audrey is in one of the two teams, guys, every single time. She is probably one of the highest, if not the highest damage dealer that we see within here. Which is the only reason why we can kind of pull the damage we do is with Audrey. And she's also used, I believe, in a Cursed Realm formation. But for the Celestial Tower, guys, you have to have her. Have you ever done a savings challenge? I've been saving supply since April 12th. We did for a couple. We've actually did quite a few. What's going on, Shot Gaming, and OTP as well. We've done some. We've also done some massive summons when it comes to players that literally just hoard resources. There's a lot, guys. A lot of players just literally bank everything and have banked everything forever, which in my opinion is kind of crazy, because the big thing that you got to remember though is if you're banking all of your resources, you're foregoing levels, you're foregoing, the Elder Tree, you're foregoing additional heroes, building up heroes progression. If you're saving everything, it is going to hurt progression in the long term. You could make a little bit more progression. You could get your AFK rewards a little bit higher by opening everything, by doing the summons, by building the heroes, things of that nature, versus just hoarding, which a lot of players do exactly just that. They hoard a lot of loot, getting to a certain point to open it. Now, early game hoarding can be beneficial if you can still make progression, which is like what we see when it comes to the power level account. So things like Essence are going to progressively get better as you make more progression. So as you're going through any of the things that are going to be based, and I was checking to see if I had any in here, any of the things that are going to be based on the AFK rewards right here, 2 hours worth of Heroes Essence. The further you get, the more beneficial that is going to be, which is the reason why players get lessons for me. I did in Best Heroes, but less progression. Yeah. I've just stopped building Alna to start Halos. Yeah, Jester, if you get Alna, only thing you need on Alna to be effective, and absolutely, Jester, Halos is really strong, but if you do not have the 9 of 9 furniture on Alna, Alna is going to be, unfortunately, almost worthless. If you don't have her ascended with 9 of 9 furniture, Jester, she is not going to be effective at all. This is what gives the survivability to the other hero, is the 9 of 9 furniture. Plus 20 signature item is really all that you need on here, but the 9 of 9 furniture is the big driving factor when it comes to Alna. If you don't have that 9 of 9 furniture, it's not really going to work. To be honest, I'd build Kinesa. Having a tank like that built properly for the Hypo Tower for a second team. So the big thing, Geeky, is for the second Hypo team, So looking in here, guys, right now, one team is always Lucretia and one team will always be Lucretia. The second one is the Charizard. When you get through an incredible amount of content, it is still the exact two same teams. We don't really see any or very much variation when it comes to these teams. You will still find, if you built Kanisa and Rook, you might put them in there. And a lot of times with heroes like that, you'll actually find Geeky that it breaks the Lucretia cheese because the heroes won't die. I have the exact same problem right now with this built out, mega maxed out awakened version of Aziz. Since he does not die, Lucretia does not get the buff, meaning that she is not as strong and it doesn't work. It actually breaks the layout or breaks what Lucretia does if you build them to a certain point. Oh, thank you, Childo. Yeah, thank you for all your knowledge. What's up? Looking for a good CC comp for campaign, but I don't know to use since we have Geralt and Yennefer. Honestly, Geralt and Yennefer are a pretty good combination for crowd control. Some of the big ones, guys, for crowd control are heroes like Leonardo da Vinci. He does absolutely amazing with crowd control. Of course, Mahira Khazard, they're another one. Khazard, of course, for the duration. Coupled with Raku, it works incredibly well because he gets some amplified damage from that crowd control aspect. Mishka does the same, guys. Mishka with her wolves will provide an incredible amount of crowd control. Even Brutus does. The awakened version of Brutus will actually give you a significant amount of crowd control because he kind of vacuum vortexes everybody in. Then, of course, guys, Geralt and Yennefer will do the same. They do the same. When you start getting into high level deficiencies, Geralt you have to keep alive. We've seen it early game, mid game. He did work very well when we had the trial version of him. He requires a very high investment to be effective. Primarily this 9 of 9 furniture gives him a crowd control aspect, which again works incredibly well. I finally got Awakened Taline to Mythic. Yeah, guys, the Awakened heroes you have to build. So I know, a lot of players might say one copy. The only one that is really the one copy hero that I would recommend is right here, guys, is the Awakened version of Solus. And look at that, Killick. Brand new subscriber, guys. That is our first subscriber that we got for the stream tonight. Again, guys, this is kind of just an off-keel. Wanted to answer some questions. I know I've been getting a lot of them over on YouTube. And what's going on, this J guy? Doing really well. I was the Greyborn hype man since Odin and saved all my resources for the first Awakened Greyborn. But it seems that Awakened Baden is underwhelming. Should I wait for the next Awaken next year, or is he actually good? Vitter, the big thing is, and I always say this, guys, and I really, really hope you guys take it to heart. When the new hero comes out, so Awakened Baden will be up on the global servers on Tuesday. Wait about 10 days. Wait 7 to 10 days, guys. See where Awakened Baden is falling in formations, where we're seeing him in Cursed Realm, where we're seeing him in Twisted Realm. There is going to be a lot of places that Baden is going to be utilized, which is the same thing that we've seen for the Awakened version of Brutus. And what's going on, Tiago? We have our first member. Welcome to the Hippo supporter. Member to the channel gives you exclusive to your emojis that we have in there. And Javid's still rocking his little hippo there as well. It is really cool. Yep, same what Geeky said. That is always my advice, guys. Wait about 10 days. See exactly where he's going to be used. See if, you know what? The Awakened Baden might come out and he might not be used anywhere, guys. He could be a total flop when he comes out. Even players that build him high, it could be a hero that is not utilized anywhere. I don't think Lilith would do that because remember, guys, the big thing that is really a factor in here is this, guys. When you look at Dura's celerity and then you put that on a Graveborn hero, this is going to go through the roof, guys. The dodge and the haste with the hero, plus the damage that you're going to do with the Rapid Surge. And again, the haste. When you have the haste, remember, not only is he going to get all of these bonuses from the haste, he is also going to give those bonuses to his clone, which means, again, you're going to have essentially two heroes or 6 heroes in a formation with the Awakened version of Baden that are going to crowd control, and the clone gets more from buffs than what Baden does himself. He actually gets a stronger buff, which when it comes to crowd control, guys, he's going to lock down entire teams by himself because he has the clone, and the clone is going to be providing crowd control, which is awesome. Not only the tanking ability, crowd control. Now, is he going to be meta in campaign formations? That's another question I absolutely get. When it comes to meta, so right now we are in chapter 44. We have players that are in chapter 50, 52, 54 that use the exact identical meta comps that we see today. So is he going to be a game changer in a meta comp? Chances are, yes, we could see a meta formation out of him. Is he going to be a requirement? Probably not at all. Do you know why? The meta comps we run right now work. They work well. When you get to the point of having your meta comps built out, it is 110% about the resonating crystal, guys. When you look at the deficiency between where we're at right now and where the end of this campaign formation is, when you start getting 200, 220, 250, 300, 350, when the level deficiency starts getting to a certain point, it is all about the resonating crystal. It is really pushing the resonating crystal is where you're going to see the biggest return. Because similar to me, guys, there isn't many heroes that I don't have built out at this point. Even at the wish list, we need 1 star on Sonya. Every single light bearer is 5 stars, including the awakened version of Thane. We have a couple Maulers, Wilders. I'm going to use my scrolls on Wilders, try to catch them up a little bit, and then we just have a few more stars on Graveborns. So the regular 4 faction heroes are pretty much done. They are pretty much done at this point, which means it is more of a focus, and that's why we started power leveling this account. It is more of a focus to really build out and carry the heroes and level up the heroes than it is to get new heroes at this point. I'm currently power leveling my main account just to level 400, hoping 3 levels every 2 weeks. Bust a cap, it should be a little bit quicker than that. You should be able to go a little bit faster than that. What's going on, Merker? Thanks for joining us. I'm in chapter 36 and Alna is only legendary, but switching or campaign more to the cursed realm. Yeah, Jester, again, one of the big things to always remember, guys, is who you can merc. So if you can actually go in here and you can pull up and merc a few heroes that are kind of the priority, like Brutus, they're going to make your life a lot easier when it does come to actually building out or utilizing these heroes within the cursed realm. I use 1 merc every single cursed realm, guys, regardless of which one I'm in. I use the merc heroes in there. You have to. I can't build them all out. I'm in chapter 36, but my Raku is E+, my Alna is legendary. Should I use diamonds on Hoppin? I would do Raku. Yeah, it really depends because Raku is really important in formations. But you're either going to forego doing like Alna Grez. So if you build out Grez, you can have Alna Grez, which again works incredibly well within the formations. If you don't build out like an Alna Grez, if you're not building out Alna, you can do Raku. Is he required? Not really. There's a couple other heroes that you could probably do versus doing Raku and focus on Alna. So honestly, either one. What's going on, Peter? Shout out from Brazil. How is Brazil doing? Hopefully everything is well there. And what's going on, Pluto, as well? Also, if you're doing the event bounties, the heroes for tonight's bounties. Oh, Isabella and Treznar. Yeah, the 2 you need for the bounties are Isabella and Treznar. And again, we're just slowly kind of moving through campaign progression. This is what I had planned to do tonight. Again, the wife's out. She actually had a housewarming party. So we'll go through here. We'll run a little bit, see how we're going. What's going on, Velvet? 241 is huge. Yeah, when you start getting, again, once you start getting further into campaign stages, guys, it is all about levels. It gets to a point where if you don't have the levels, you're not going to make progression, and that's it. That's really putting it plainly, putting it simple. If you don't have the levels, you're not going to make progression. There's a stopping point that you're not going to. I'm going for the Mauler King. Brutus makes the pride proud. Yeah, chill though. Brutus is used, and the reason why I've always said to build the awakened version of Brutus first is Brutus is a monster, guys. Brutus is used in a lot of different game modes. We see him in PvP making a big difference. We see him in the treasure scramble making a big difference. We're utilizing him within the Temple Rift. There's a lot of places that we are seeing Awakened Brutus show up, which is the reason why I still stick to building him first, again, utility-wise, until we see where Baden comes in. I mean, Baden might be a game changer and be absolutely broken, but we'd have to see. Hey, at work, unfortunately, can't get a break for a bit. Just wondering if you're going to stream tomorrow. Yes, Devin, I will absolutely do the normal stream. Again, we just had a little bit of opportunity here. I was going to hop on and I was going to play anyways. Definitely wanted to try to make a little bit more progression in here. And again, I was hopping on here to be able to talk to you guys, to chat about AFK Arena, answer some questions. I love doing it as much as I don't like the Thorin cheese. Need to make some progression. Anytime I know that I'm really slacking is I look at some of the other players that are lower level than me, even consistently lower level than me, and I haven't really made progression in a while. Yeah, Kaz is tough, guys, with the Thorin cheese. And I know this formation is super, super RNG. This is as much formation with, if not more, of the RNG with the Charmazard than what we see with the Thorin cheese. They're kind of one and the same to really get it to work in there. 241 levels could be totally different depending on their levels. Oh, yeah, I understand what you mean, Shot. Either long-time lurker, first-time chatter. What's going on, Noah? Started a new account recently and pulled Taylene and Kanisa with Stone. Should I build either of them out or still do the E-Twins, Mortis, and build Lucretia? Honestly, Lucretia is the way to go, guys. Noah, if you don't have Lucretia built, she will solo teams by herself. That is the big reason, even through all of the changes, all of the heroes, the Stargazers, everything. Absolutely, guys, you have to build out Lucretia. She will carry campaign stages. She'll carry so much of AFK Arena by herself. She solos. She is a one-woman army, and she will solo an incredible amount of content, guys. It's crazy to see how strong Lucretia still is, which is good, but it still absolutely rings true. Guys, Lucretia is the carry. When you start getting into multiple teams, so let's say you're running, most players is like Albedo Ainz, Noah. When you get into a second team, the second team is usually Lucretia. And the second team is usually Lucretia by herself, which is awesome. Chapter 10, by the way, started 3 days ago. Yeah, you still got a long ways to build out. I mean, theoretically, probably about a month, Noah, before you'll start getting into the Stargazer. When you start getting some of the regular faction heroes kind of built out, making more progression. But you can definitely get there. It just takes a little bit of time. As a newbie, what should I spend my lab coins on? So lab coins, honestly, I would build, my first build would be Joan of Arc. Looking at what we have in the Labyrinth, because I know Arthur's in there, we have Joan in there, we have, out of all of them, early game, I would even do the lab coins to start getting. It might hinder a little bit of progression, but is one elite copy worth it? Probably not. I really wouldn't focus on buying your regular heroes out of there. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Him with Nevanthi is going to be great. Yes, Shot Gaming. And that's the other thing is with the Awakened version of Baden, Nevanthi seems to be almost a hard requirement. It is what we're seeing. By the way, do we have a guide for the Great Hunt? Not yet, Velvet. So I got a lot of questions about it. The Great Hunt, the big thing with the Great Hunt is if I put out a guide on day one, if we go through formations, all of that, if I do the Great Hunt guide early, everybody runs over and builds it and they don't let the beacons build up. So a lot of players will go in there and they'll have a lot of issues trying to make progression within the Grand Hunt because they don't have the beacons built up to the level that they could. If you're pushing the Temple Rift on a regular basis, you should be making a considerable amount of essence All the time. All the time you should be making a pretty good amount. As a new player, free to play, how do I get Lucretia? The Stargazer, Fabio. So you have to save diamonds to utilize them in the Stargazer. Stargazer is how you'll get Lucretia. It's very, very expensive to get her, but it's going to take a while. How's the AE? We're right at the first boss. I was just saving up some essence. I already got level 2. So I came in my Abyssal Expedition, came in day 1, filled all 25 slots, 20 on the first day, a couple hours later, filled in my last 5 with tier 3s. Just been sitting on tier 3s. Tier 4s I cannot take. I'm not at the point of being able to take tier 4s, which we're, what, a day in? I think we're at a day in right now. I was just under getting level 3, I think level 3 relic, level 3 tank relic is where we're at. So making some definite progression in there. The dimensionals are next, right? Awaken Eins in calling. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean, Darren? Dimensionals are, I hope we get a dimensional tower. That, if that's what you're talking about, I see in the tower, and then I see, yeah, we're hoping that it is going to be a dimensional tower, guys. We've been waiting for it. There we go. Thorin Cheese gets it done, guys. Again, the RNG factor of 32.26 billion damage. Thorin gets it done, which I love, guys. And again, we've been following a couple players, Horn King, Mickey, kind of both of them in formations. I run through, make sure we have everyone pretty well built. Lucretia in that formation. Thorin Cheese again with Kayleen. So interesting there. And then, of course, we have Raku in here with Eins and the Crowd Control Master. We'll go ahead and auto battle this so I can answer some questions. I called that way before we knew the Shuri had a summons. Yeah, as soon as we see Navanthi, and again, we don't know, we're going to have to see exactly where she's coming in too. You know, Navanthi being relatively new, we know, of course, she's going to work with the Awakened version of Baden, but how is she working with, let's say, a Grez Baden combination for minions? How's it going to affect a lot of different things, guys? Dropping a hero like Baden, I feel like, is going to have a big impact, and I don't feel like we've felt the impact as of yet. We'll see. Yeah, make Arthur good again. I love Arthur. Most of you guys know from old school lore. Arthur is awesome, guys. I have always loved Arthur. He's such a pivotal. I mean, King Arthur in so many shows, so many movies, so many series. Always cool to see. Always cool to see. On another note, don't forget the website event dailies. I got the 3,000 diamonds today. I would have had it yesterday if my partner was Carrie there. Yeah, guys, make sure that the outside one you're doing to pick up those diamonds. You get 3,000 diamonds out of there. Thank you, Shot, for the reminder. Now that they have an awakened version of every faction besides Dimensional, of course, do you think Lilith will go back to the Celestial rotation? Victor, we had talked about that. So I think, honestly, with the builds, I don't know if they're going to use the exact same rotation. I would assume they're going to. So I would say yes. I would say yes, it's going to go back to a Celestial hero. Awakened Celestial hero would be the next one to come, and just so on and so forth. I can't see, after dropping, you know, this whole entire new process of getting the Awakened heroes, that Lilith would not make anymore. And a lot of players were kind of talking about that with, are they going to make any more Awakened heroes? Honestly, yes. I would say absolutely we're going to see more. Is it going to be a Celestial next? Again, I would say yes. I would say yes, just knowing the consistency of Lilith and how they kind of do it, because we're almost at a year, guys. If you look, even like the SOAR video where we seen the Awakened version of Taylene, it's at like 11 months old when it came up on YouTube, or right now it's about 11 months old. So it's pretty old at this point. Again, it's kind of crazy that it's been that long, but yes, in fact, it has been that long that we've had since we've had the Awakened Heroes released. Is Yennefer the better pick to exchange when you exchange? Yes, Seawix. Yennefer, if you only have to choose one. So if one is your only option, guys, I would go ahead and get Yennefer. Yennefer, the crowd control when you start getting into levels are very, very different than what you'd actually have to do if you're looking to build out Geralt. Yes, I would really go, I would definitely build out Yennefer. Thanks, I started a new account, Power 11, because of the Power Level account. The main account is RC405. Yeah, it's interesting to see. So the big thought between the Power Level account, and Javid and I were talking about this. I don't know what's going to become of it. Maybe nothing. Maybe it'll be an account that I use, on a regular basis. But to me, it's super interesting to see what new players go through now in AFK Arena. That's one of the big reasons why I wanted to do the Power Level account, is to see exactly what new players. So if you're a brand new player just rolling into AFK Arena, what's it look like? What does the game actually look like as you continue progression? Will the campaign get to a point where you use 6 or 7 formations? I think it's, there probably will be a point. I don't know Iron Knuckle if there is yet. I've seen chapter 50 plus and it's still 5 formations, which again, most of the players are running the exact same meta comps that you're seeing here. It's not really a huge difference in there. I was saying the next cycle for Awakened Heroes would be Dimension Factions, and it would be Iron. Oh, that would be cool. Now, the big thing, of course, guys, that we know with the Dimensional Heroes are under contract therein, meaning they cannot be adjusted. So Lilith would have to actually go back and renegotiate the contract to do another Dimensional Hero. We found that caveat when Yukio originally came out, is because of the contract, they were very limited to what they could do with Yukio. And look at that, guys. Another new subscriber. That is 2 for our stream. Thank you for subbing to the channel. Not even going to take a shot at what that name is, but I'll go with Bach because it looks like BACHJ, not Bachjib. Bachjib. We'll go with that. I have Lucretia 909 and plus 60, just 1 star. Should I go for more stars or sun other heroes like Audrey? Tiago, absolutely. I would keep Lucretia where she's at 1 stars. She will work. If you got her at 90, or I'm thinking 39.6, 309.60, keep her there. Honestly, the small, little, minuscule amount you're going to get with those stars, is it going to be worth foregoing a hero like Audrey? No, guys, build out Audrey. Audrey is super important. If you're looking to build them out, again, Lucretia will work at 1 star as long as you have the engraving. It'll work incredibly well. What's going on, CeeLo? New here. Welcome to the stream. Thoughts on Vulcan? Flex, I love Vulcan. I actually talked to, a lot of you don't know, I've actually talked to Vulcan a considerable amount. I've also talked, we've done crypto games together. There's been quite a bit with Illuvium. Big shout out to Vulcan. I'm not sure if he's ever watched the streams, but I love all the content. And again, he's a great guy over in Australia. Talked to him a bunch. Same with, used to be the Soviet Gamer. It doesn't go by the Soviet Gamer anymore, but I always remember him and always love him. I believe now it is, I'm trying to draw the name. I know you guys know it. Give me a minute. I'm horrible at names. If you guys have ever known me or seen me, names, I can remember scenarios. I can remember situations. Kosh Gaming is where it is. Again, I talked to all of them. I've talked to Kosh quite a bit. Dark Blaine, if he's on here, guys, big shout out to Dark Blaine. He is trying to get the YouTube channel up and running. Just takes a lot of time. It takes an incredible amount of time. But all the other content creators, guys, I do this for fun. Yep, Kosh. Again, it took me a minute because I remember when he changed the name. Again, I've talked to him a couple times. We've actually done, we did an old collab. I forget, it was me, Vulcan, and I don't remember if it was Kosh. I was trying to think, but I don't think it was Kosh. But we did collabs a little while ago when AFK Arena was relatively new. It was quite a while ago. I think I was on Vulcan's channel. But yeah, we've done a couple collabs, which was pretty cool. Besides Pippa and Oden, what should I use in the Portal Party? The Portal Party is pretty interesting. So you, Yeah, the portal party is kind of a dead formation. The problem is Oden is used in a lot of other formations. Pippa is used in a lot of other formations. The portal party used to work incredibly well, but now it really doesn't. I forget who else we used in there though. I think Brutus was in the portal party. Um, Let me know, guys. Let me know the old school portal party. I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank on that meta. It has been years since we've actually used the portal party, and that came about when they came out. When actually Oden came out, it was kind of the Oden Pippa era for a minute. But then again, no one used it after that. Yeah, AE with pets. Fallen Hoot. It's pretty funny to see the AE with pets, and they give the pets stamina. So it's pretty funny to see. We don't know, again, what the impact's going to be, which is going to be pretty cool to see. What is going to be the impact on the Abyssal Expedition with the introduction of pets? Since they're bringing in all of these pets, what is going to be the game changer? Man, I love your show. Oh, thank you, the kit. Man, I love your stream. I love streaming, guys. It's so much fun. Again, most of you know that I have been streaming for, God, probably 2 years now. Playing AFK Arena since 3+ years. It's such a cool game, and I love being able to talk to you guys. You need to play Goddess of Victory Nike. Hardly never heard of it. I might have to check it out. I'm always up to trying out new games. Always. Did you full power any hero? No, Michael. The big thing is it is ultra expensive, guys. If you are building out heroes, if you are fully building them out, they are ultra expensive when it comes to red chests and when it comes to elemental cores, guys. Honestly, for what I play in AFK Arena, I would rather have 3 built out heroes than have one hero at a +60, or a +80 or a +100 engraving. I would rather have, again, 2 or 3 other heroes at a +60. Short of the stats, I mean, short of PvP, that's really the only place to build them out to that level, honestly. Once you start getting to that level, there isn't a big reason to really push them out that hard. What's going on, Night Shiver? Thank you for joining us. Why hasn't I got the update yet? If you're talking about the patch there, Beans, it comes up Tuesday. So test server, it came up on Thursday. Tuesday, it will come up on global servers. So you do have a little bit more until it is up on the global servers. What item should be purchased for a low spender that is new to the game? Advancement rewards. Iron Knuckle. The advancement rewards, guys, are the best, hands down. The advancement rewards, the progression pack, the Alpinist pack, the Climbers rewards, whatever else Lilith rebrands them as or renames them as. The 45,000 diamonds for $25 is the best purchase. Short of that, I like the monthly cards. So the monthly card and the deluxe monthly card. The deluxe monthly card is, of course, going to yield you a free card. It is going to give you 1 time emblem. 30 days, guys, you get 30 time emblems for, I believe, $15. Plus, you do get red chests out of there. It's probably the second best pack in there. It does take 30 days to get all the loot in there, but again, the loot in there is pretty good. I think Javid might be. Are you off to bed, Javid? I know he said it's 4:30 in the morning, guys. Have you done the new Grand Hunt? Not yet, Zeno. So I'm continuing to go through and continuing to push progression within the Rift itself, so I can get the essence and maximize the damage of the Grand Hunt. Last time I came in, I believe top 2% for all of the battles. Guys, wait for the Grand Hunt. Wait till it goes a little bit further. How many times do we get defeated for this? Yeah, I know, Fallen Hoot. And this is the way it goes, guys. This is the Thorin cheese, and this is how it works. Honestly, this is why they came up with auto battle. This is really the reason. This is the logic behind it. And almost had it there. Screg was the only one left. But again, even looking here, I believe most of these are all going to be Thorin cheese. But look, different position in here, which is interesting. We can actually copy this. There's a couple of variations of the Thorin cheese again, a couple different ways, because this is going to be the 5 pull. So literally you're going to stack everybody on Thorin versus having Pippa teleport Thorin over. Big thing with this, guys, is you do have Verk. So Verk, again, you have to be careful because Verk will drop to the back line. So you have to keep essentially everyone here. Sometimes it gets good RNG, sometimes it does not at all. Portal Party was Gorvo, Tassi, Namora, and Pippa. Oh, yes, I believe that is right, Noah. Thank you. Vulcan just posted some starting videos for Nike Goddess of Victory on his secondary YouTube account. Oh, I haven't checked it out. I watched some on the crypto account. I think he has 3 accounts now, which is kind of crazy with the content, but I know I don't think it switched the artifacts. I know he's been incredibly busy because he does YouTube full time and he does YouTube on multiple accounts. So we got the call there. This is probably, yep, crit. Call, probably call. Got triple call. Yeah, that was a really good call. No pun intended. So call, there we go. There we go, the warden, and this was call and call. I didn't even pay attention that we didn't change all the artifacts over here. Get used to it doing it automatically. Used. I guess we use this one. And then we'll throw the call on here. I think we're Iran Lorzen. Oh, I think we might have used it somewhere else. We don't have another call. We're 1 call shy in here. That's okay. We'll try it. We're one. So sleepy. Going to sleep. Have a good night, Javid. Yeah, definitely, guys. If you got to get some sleep, absolutely go get some sleep. I was gonna laugh if we had won that. What's going on? Ginger Week joining the stream. What are the best 5 maulers to start besides Kren and Scrath? Antandra is really strong as a mauler hero. Seawiz. Anasta is in an absolute ton of formations. We're seeing Anasta showing up in, and then the rest. So we got Kren, Scrag is really good to have. Kren, Skarath, of course, going to have. Antandra got to have Scrag. If you want to do anything with the invade, absolutely have to have Scrag with that 9 of 9 furniture. And I don't think this is going to work, guys. We should have stayed with the one that we had before. So I think that was this one that we had set with the Portal Party. And again, we're going to have to, I'll swap it back and I'll just let it run. And I love running Kelthar in here, guys. Kelthar is just a monster when you look at the damage that he puts out. This again, still running with the eye, the call, pretty much nothing on there. And this is probably, I think most of these. So we've got the call and the call. Again, we'll drop them off Iran. Drop this one off. Right there on. I think Kelthar had one. Yeah. Kelthar, Pippa. And Lorzen. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Looks good. So again, guys, we can just let this run till it works. Do you plan on playing more Panila Saga? Honestly, for SETI, probably not. So Panila Saga, I tried it a little bit. I gave it a couple days of a run. Couldn't get too far into it. Even over on Discord with a couple players. And look at that. First time with the old one, guys. We went through all of that. It works. Just like that. So let's take a look, guys. Look at that, 6.6. This is the reason why I built Zolrath out, guys. Zolrath is huge. Also, remember, with the update that we're getting on Tuesday, your level 0 beasts are going to have functionality, which is going to be cool to see. So Oden, of course, 12 billion damage. Lucretia, 44. This is the reason I know a lot of players have asked why we building out Lucretia. Absolutely, guys. Right there, 44 billion damage. The reason to build Lucretia, 21 billion there from our buddy Thorin, and then 12 and 9, making it easy. 4420 is done. Is Ein still viable? Yes, Antonios. We just ran him. Eins was in our 5th team. If you caught the recap right there, yes, Eins was in our 5th team and continues to be. Big thing with Eins is when you get to a certain point, guys, Eins has to have Leonardo da Vinci in there for the damage boost, or you have to run Mortis in there for the damage boost, or it's not going to work. Have I tried Figure Fantasy? I have not, Harley. You're throwing off a bunch of games. No, I haven't tried. Some, it seems like a lot of them just kind of come and go. They don't stick around very long. And then some, it seems like it's almost just a mirror. It seems like there are a lot of them that are just kind of an AFK, almost an AFK mirror. Even similar heroes, similar abilities, same amount of abilities, signature items, ultimate abilities, kind of a lot of the same. And what's going on, Dennis? Big shout out. I'm Dennis as well. Most of you know. Hi from Germany. Thank you for joining us from Germany. Yeah, I think the 3rd call might have been essential. That's why I swapped back Xeno. I figured we weren't going to pull that off with not having the correct ones. Kayleen is so good in the Graveborn Tower. Yes. Kayleen Shavo is amazing in the Graveborn Tower. Unfortunately, that's usually the only place that we're seeing her right now. And I'm always pretty reluctant to build a hero just for one game mode. That's kind of, it's tough for me to invest into a hero, especially as high as of an investment as Kayleen does need to put the investment into one hero just for the tower. That's really the big thing. I could never get into the Thorin cheese comp. I avoid it and still all the way into chapter 41. Yeah, the Thorin cheese for a lot of players, guys, is almost a death sentence. A lot of people and a lot of players can still never get the Thorin cheese to work. As much as we have utilized it and farmed it, and I've used it, God, in an incredible amount of comp. This comp is actually a newer comp, but this crowd control comp does work incredibly well. The combination between these two, Raku and Leonardo da Vinci, works incredible. It does work incredible. I need 5 teams for the Temporal Rift, Mage Tank support, but not very expensive. Tiraboki, hop over into Discord. If you guys don't know, I think Javid put a link to the Discord a little bit. If you need specific help, if you're looking for specific things, guys, Discord is really the place, because for me to go through and kind of bust out 5 teams, it's going to take 10 or 15 minutes. And a lot of players do have questions on why we chose certain heroes. And also it's very, very dependent, Tarak, on the heroes you have. So I might choose, 2 or 3 heroes in there that are mage, that you don't even have. So it's really tough. Again, it's super dependent on the heroes you have. Did you stop playing Dislight? So yes, Peter, we did. We played Dislight for probably about a month and a half. Same with Infinite Magic Raid. I'm about a month and a half into Infinite Magic Raid. Dislike had no endgame. That was one of the big problems why so many players, you could see a absolute enormous spike on Dislike when it came out. It's a really interesting game. The heroes in there have a pretty unique design, but what people are finding out is as you do continue in there, there's nothing new. Once you start getting to endgame, they're missing that whole entire part. So it's really tough because they're missing a big part of Dislight, and a lot of players, Peter, as fun as it is to play, I like the game modes, the different things in there. It gets a little repetitious, and again, you're going to get to a point where there's nothing else. Javid, go to bed. I think it's probably 5 o'clock in the morning where you're at right now, which again is kind of crazy. But guys, most of you know Javid is a mod for the channel, and guys, big shout out in love for him. He does so much that you guys never even see behind the scenes. Panila is very pay to win. Yes, that was the other thing. Forsetti is Panila Saga is very, very pay to win. And I realized that as soon as the events came out, you couldn't get everything that you wanted in there because of you're not putting enough currency. You're not putting enough money in there. Any thoughts about Geralt and Yennefer? Yennefer is the priority. Geralt and Yennefer will do well. Honestly, there's going to be a place for them. Also, we're seeing them appear in a ton of PvP formations. Geralt and Yennefer together are doing very, very well together with both of them. And again, the PvP aspect, Yennefer is in a couple different formations that are really strong, again, when it comes to PvP and crowd control. Yennefer, of course, has a lot of crowd control. Show the Thorin build. Thorin, guys, I have the weapon and the boots, and then I have the regular Zealot chest, the epic Zealot chest in there, and that's it. I mean, I can show you the Thorin build in here. So let me show you, I'll show you Thorin. So this is the ideal build, guys. Big thing with this, tier 3. This one we got for accuracy. That is the reason. Now, my Thorin is a plus 30 engraving, which I do not recommend to anybody. Absolutely do not build Thorin up with the engraving, but regular, if you get this dodge, guys, you're going to have issues with him getting hit and issues with him taking damage. It's going to be incredibly hard to do the Thorin cheese if you cannot get him to take damage, because essentially if he's dodging the damage, it's not going to work, and it doesn't work. Dislike, more like dislike. Yeah, exactly. Question, is Pippa good? Honestly, Pippa is used in a very, very, very niche formations. Most players use Pippa to actually teleport Thorin, or they run the 5-pull. Is she used anywhere? I mean, short of the tower, probably not. Probably not at all. I hope I get the giveaway today. Oh, let me do that shot. Thank you. I said this before, guys. I love doing the give backs. I love doing the memberships. If I forget, and sometimes I often do, especially now because it is a little bit later, I have to load up YouTube, and we can do the membership. We give away a free membership to the channel every single time that we go through here. So I'm going to load it up. Give me just a second. We'll load it up and we will do the giveaway. Again, I don't always remember it, but thank you for reminding me. What's going on, Carol? Thank you for joining us. So let me see, because I have to actually get into the stream to be able to come down and do the membership gifting. Now this goes out to a random member. So every time we do this, guys, again, you can't pick out anyone. It literally goes out to a random player within the stream. So we'll see. So there it is, guys. There is our gifted membership, and it goes out to someone. Our lucky membership recipient is Ramadan. Ramadan, congratulations. You are the newest member to the channel. Again, we do this every single stream, guys. Thank you for joining me. And I think Thorin won. I was hopping over to do that. Is Damon good to give furniture? Yes. Ginger Week, Damon is good. 9 of 9 furniture on Damon will do well. But I think we just finished that entire that entire stage. I missed kind of the last 2 battles. Didn't get to do the recap, but very, very cool. Ramadan, congratulations on the membership. Yes. Is Damon good to give furniture? Yes. 9 of 9 furniture on Damon will do well. Damon is actually a hero that is still used through a majority of AFK Arena. We see Damon within the Cursed Realm. We also see Damon within formations that we're running right now, guys. Damon is still used through a lot of AFK Arena. Do you think tier 4 on Thorin weapons and feet hurts the comp? Not really, Kyle. The tier 4 gives a little bit of a bonus, but it's not a game-changing bonus. It's not enough that it's going to break the Thorin cheese because you gave him tier 4. Is 9 furniture required? It's not required, QRack, but it is recommended, definitely. So look at that, guys. I think we got 2 new subscribers, Brian and Seawiz. Thank you guys for subbing to the channel. I think it's catching up a little bit. I don't know what's going on, but there is the gift that pops up. Again, we had to rebuild all of Streamlabs yesterday, so I spent quite a bit of time to try to get everything set up on Streamlabs with the animations, features, all of that stuff. Like I said, Kyle, is it going to make a difference? No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be a game changer by any means. When do you get a room? When do we get a room tour? Like my room, like the room I'm in with my insane amount of computer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 monitors in my office. Yes, I know it's kind of crazy. I do all of the stuff with YouTube. My daughter does school. My son does school. My wife has 2 jobs. Yeah, I'll give you guys a tour pretty soon. I actually have something coming up pretty cool. Fallen Hoot in a little bit. Is Ezio used outside of alt comps for Irons? I don't think I've ever seen him used. No, he's not. Ezio is not used anywhere else, Noah, other than running, well, PvP. So Ezio is run with the Brutus comps, and he is run, again, I'm not paying the most attention to the battles in here. Ezio is used for a lot of the treasure scramble. Ezio is also used in a lot of PvP. He's kind of the finisher for the awakened version of Brutus is what we're seeing. So Ezio does have a couple uses. Again, a majority of it does lie within PvP. That's where we're seeing it. Do you think they'll make more awakened heroes? Komodo, I would say yes. For them to roll out the entire awakened system with the heroes, I don't see them pulling it back or scaling it back at all. And look at that, guys. Thank you, Luke, for subbing to the channel. We have exceeded our 5 new subscribers for today. So thank you guys for joining us. Like I was saying earlier, I don't think there's going to be any time that they're going to stop making the awakened heroes just because of the sheer money-making machine that it is. As many heroes or as many players that are pumping, that are just pumping a ton of money into this to stay on top PvP wise, things of that nature, the awakened heroes are going to stay, guys. Do you play Pokemon Go? I used to, Iron Knuckle. I played Pokemon Go when it came out. It was really cool, but overall, it got a little tedious with running around places, and I don't have time for it. That's really the big thing. Most of you know, guys, I do YouTube quite a bit. I also have a full-time job. I have 2 little kids that run around everywhere. We have, dance, we have cheer, we have swim, we have catechism. We have a ton of stuff that is absolutely going on. How far can Awakened Solace get you as a new player? Bates, honestly, Awakened Solace will carry you forever. Regardless of, she'll carry you, but you throw the Awakened version of Solace, let's say, in a team with Damon, again, she will continue to carry. She'll continue to heal. Awakened Solace will be very strong. She's actually used in a bunch of other game modes as well. So you can actually use her outside of, just progression campaign. She's used in a ton of places, guys. Yeah, Baden looks awesome. I love how Baden does look. 9 furniture required on Thorin. Nope, like I said, Kurak, not required, but definitely recommended, just because of the energy regeneration piece. For Temple Rift, is it still meta to go tank support mage? I dropped out mage, Darren, and I went with ranger. So I do warrior, support, ranger are the 3 that I went. So I dropped out tank, and I kind of go back and forth. So I went with that. I ran it probably about 250 stages, did the reset, reset the beacons. Right now, though, I have, because of the awakened version of Brutus, Anasa, I have warrior, I have ranger, and I have support with the focus on ranger warrior, are the 2. So I dropped out mage. I haven't ran mage this season in Temporal Rift yet. So I'm not there, and I'm about 370. I think I'm around floor like 370 in there. And again, I haven't ran mage. Who should I garrison next, Ezio or Prince? Out of those 2, I would go Ezio. Ezio is used pretty good. Who should I go for next? Pop or Queen? Queen is still used. Fallen Hoot, Queen is still used in a lot of formations. Queen also shows up in a lot of Cursed Realm formations. There are There's a lot of info. There's a lot that Queen is still used for. And again, mainly it is the Cursed Realm, but we also do see them in the 5 poles. We see Queen in the 5 poles, which works well. And I think we got Brutus in here. I think it dropped in my Awakened version of Brutus within the All Negrez comp, so that's pretty cool to see. I don't use him for much, short of the Cursed Realm is the reason why I really built him. But he's such a cool hero, guys. I love the pull-in that he does. There we go. Brutus gets it done. And I think, again, I'm paying very little attention to the game. That way I can, like I said, question and answer, guys. We can let this run. And Thorin will get it done. Here's hope. Oh, that would be probably the best. Darren, absolutely. 100%. I would love to see an Almas Christmas tree and Santa Claus and Rigby as Santa Claus. The other one I would love to see, guys, which I think would be cool, Darren, is if they did Mizoth as Santa Claus with the big open stomach mouth for Santa Claus. I think that would be hilarious. I wanted them to do Mizoth as a pumpkin. I thought it would be hilarious as a pumpkin. You ever get the AFK book? I did not, Pluto. I did not get the book. I'm not sure if you can still order it. I probably should. I probably should order it. What should I do to progress fast? If you want to progress fast, JT, it's going to be time or money. That is really the two. And I think we got it done. I think we got it done for that stage. Very nice, guys. 27 billion right there with Lucretia. Look at this. Raku putting out 24 billion damage. Love that little guy. 12 billion there, which is awesome to see. Look at that, 7, 6, and 8. So the Awakened version of Brutus, look at the healing. Took an incredible amount of damage, got the shielding and the healing going on right there. And then, of course, Thorin, guys, 25 billion, which is crazy. And we're over halfway through this chapter already. So we are making a lot of progression. And again, this is what I wanted to do, guys. I wanted to come hang out with you guys. Wanted to come in here and just run through some progression. Free-to-play gap is getting wider and wider. Yeah, I know, Zeno. And the big thing is really picking and choosing who you're going to build. Even as, as me being a light spender in AFK Arena, I try to keep it $100 a month or less. I'm still falling behind. I'm falling behind in a lot of different heroes. Just the gradual progression of the heroes themselves. I'm absolutely like Kanisa and Rook. Not even getting a copy. Even when Leofric started coming out, when a lot of them, Zekas, I didn't build any of them. I didn't build any of them. I wish the rares get awakened. Oh, the awakened Dref. That would be awesome. That would be very, very cool to see. Any tips for the Trial of Gods? So big thing, Danny, is if depending where you're at with the Trial of Gods, there's 2 formations that work incredibly well with the Trial of Gods. One is the Speedy Lizard. The Speedy Lizard in the Trial of Gods is pretty broken, and so is the old school Ainz comp. It will work as well. I ran through a lot on my free-to-play account with Ainz and Albedo, running Joan of Arc in that formation. Worked, again, it did work incredibly well with the combination. But again, the Speedy Lizard is a cheap formation, and it works incredibly well. It does work incredibly well in there. Is it worth pulling any number of other Awakened heroes before building out Brutus? As of right now, Noah, not really. Pull 1. So the general rule that I have right now is pull 1 single copy of the Awakened Solus because she will be a game changer in a lot of different game modes, and then go right into the Awakened version of Brutus. And everybody else, guys, I would skip. Even the Awakened version of Aziz, I would just go ahead and skip in there. Not an ultra high priority to really build, but the 1 single Awakened version of Solus, if you don't have a chance to merc her, if you're using other heroes, you'll have to use her. You'll get to a point where you do have to use that hero, guys, and you don't really have anything to fill in the gap, but the Awakened version will still work. And even looking here, guys, at my heroes, I pulled one single copy, which is right here. They actually came together, but one single copy of the Awakened Soulless will fill in. Even if you don't have her built, it will work. And what's going on, Dark Vader? We have another Hippo supporter. Not sure exactly why it's not showing up. Again, I think Streamlabs is a little bit delayed on that side, but absolutely, guys, big shout out. That's already a few members we got, so it is awesome to see, guys. Love all the support for AFK Arena. Love playing, love chatting with you guys. It's, again, for me, this is a absolute ton of fun. And there it is, guys. Can't you write off taxes? You can a little bit, Blue Crimson. So you're pretty limited to what you can write off. Even like when it comes to things I buy in the game, you're pretty limited for tax write-offs. Anything that is directly related to making AFK content, hardware-wise, you can, when it comes to the software piece, tax-wise, it can get very sticky very fast. My Mahira is legendary, got a triple. Yeah, Mahira at legendary will work. Same, Mahira at legendary will work the exact same if you're running Mahira at awakened, or excuse me, ascended. It'll work. Make sure to put it with your geek stuff. Yeah, I could get the book inexpensive. That's right. Yeah, I have a whole box of, Pluto knows. Pluto's been here. I have a whole box of geek stuff, a whole plastic bin in the basement. That's what my wife calls it. My wife calls it my geek stuff, all my nerd stuff. What do you think about the priority of Granite's plus 30 SI? CM delivers, it works well with Lucretia. That's really the only place that you're going to see it used at all. It is with Lucretia, and it's almost just kind of a, it's just kind of a cheese. Honestly, it's a pretty easy cheese with Granite just because he will petrify everyone, so Lucretia can run amok. Is it required? No. I mean, again, the other thing with with Granite CM delivers is it works incredibly well within the Mauler Tower. So if you're struggling for floors on the Mauler Tower, it can give heroes like Anasta or heroes like Antandra time to actually scale when they're frozen, essentially. Yeah, the Speedy Lizard is pretty cool. Ullard, when you start fighting Ullard in here, guys, he is just an absolute pain in the ass. It's very, very tough to deal with Ullard through a lot of different scenarios. You just can't get through the shield. I've had an entire team of 5 heroes with like 45 seconds left, never be able to get through Ullard's shield, which again is super, super broken. What's going on, Darth Vader? I almost called it Darth Vader, but it is Darth Vader. And thank you for supporting the channel. That's awesome to see. One copy of Awakened Disease is a good idea. And again, Darren, Awakened Disease is okay. You can use Nara in the same manner. There's a couple variations that you can get the same benefit, kind of the crowd control that we're seeing, without having to burn your emblems. What I don't want to do is see a member hop in there or a player hop in there, drop 70 time emblems to pull 1 Awakened Disease just for the initial crowd control. Again, you have a couple variations in there that you can use. I wouldn't summon for an Awakened Disease, again, just because of the RNG factor of how much that 1 copy of Awakened Disease could cost. Is Flora good for the Celestial Tower? Yes, Danny. I use Flora in all of my comps within the Celestial Tower. Flora just kind of fills the second team up here, which is where we do see her used. Again, I only have literally the bare bones legendary Taylene, and she's still working, and she is still working well. But second comp usually runs Flora. It's right there. She is in the very front. A majority of comps within here are running Flora in a team. In 1 team or 2 teams, Flora shows up everywhere, guys. Again, being limited with the heroes in the tower, especially when you get to needing 10 heroes, we're pretty limited to the ones we have in here. Wukong still does kind of suck, which I wish they would have done more with him, but as of right now, it doesn't. Should I focus on Garrison or focus on exchanging heroes in the store? On Bates, I would go for the heroes. The big thing is they're going to be cheaper if you're getting them out of the store versus garrisoning the heroes. And then once you have them done, that's it. You have them done. That's really the big thing is, again, when you're getting them out of here, when you get the copies, when they're done, they're done. It's really the focus is to pull them out of here versus just doing the garrison, because you're going to have to garrison every 30 days and you're going to have to garrison 6 times. What's going on, Giancarlo? Like I was saying, you're going to have to garrison them 6 times before you can actually borrow them for free. That means you're locking up essentially 6 months of essence or 6 months of resources to garrison those heroes. It's super expensive to garrison heroes in here. I wish they made it a little bit cheaper, but it is. It is still expensive to garrison the heroes. I can imagine the comment. Yes, I'm writing off a skin for a cartoon rat with a bazooka. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, Darren. Darren's got the right idea. That I can talk to the tax man about writing off my skin for Kren, even though I didn't buy it. Most of the skins, guys, if it is not free to play, I don't get the skin. I don't see the benefit. This isn't going to really help me any in the cursed realm with building out Kren or putting a skin on him. It's cool looking, but I don't buy them. Even my boy right here, guys, Grez never got a skin because, again, if they're not running them free to play, I don't collect the cosmetics in games, but I do collect and build out the heroes. That's what I love. Is Awakened Brutus more of a priority than Awakened Thane? I've Ascended Awakened Talene, Mythic Awakened Aziz, and 1 copy of Solus. I would do Brutus. CS Valley, I would build Brutus before I build Thane. The big thing is the utility-wise. We see Brutus used in a ton of different places. He's actually used in a majority of the Cursed Realm comps, where Awakened Thane isn't used in a ton of them. That's the reason I would build him before I would build anyone else for the Awakened heroes. And again, we don't know where Baden's going to come in. We are still kind of waiting to see exactly where Baden does come in, if and when he comes in, and exactly how effective he's going to be when he does come in. We still got a little bit of time to see where he is. But again, my priority would be 1 copy of Awakened Solus, which you already have, and then I would go right into Brutus as of today. But again, we don't know the impact that we're going to see with the Awakened version of Brutus. I mean, he could be the absolute. Many thanks for taking time to live guides and AFK community. Much appreciated. Oh, you're welcome, BP. Like I said, guys, I love doing it. I have a passion for it. I love doing YouTube. I wish I would have found it a decade ago, or actually decided to do it a decade ago, but it's cool. I played games my whole entire life. If you guys have followed me, caught some of the streams, guys, I've been playing since Atari, Intellivision, Commodore 64, regular Nintendo. Still have a ton of them in my basement. I've literally played games my entire life. Your experience, what's the best counter to Isabella before level 200? Been really struggling. Noah, there's really 2 at your level, or a couple. If you have an Awakened version of Aziz, he will actually freeze her. If you have Athalia can kind of disable Isabella. Or if you have Nara, that works as well. Or if you have Pharrell. Anything that is going to kind of energy disintegrate Isabella, or if you can lock her down. Best Awakened hero overall. Again, big boy, I would say Brutus. Brutus is really my go-to. He does incredibly well in so many aspects of AFK Arena. That's the reason I would build him first. Out of all of the Awakened heroes so far, guys, Brutus has an incredible amount of utility. Love your videos. They're very informative and help me build the right heroes. Finally completed chapter 36. Well, congratulations, Miko Kai. Thank you for all the love and support, guys. It's very cool. The grass skin was free to play. Yes, and that's the big thing, CWiz. It was free to play, but you had to choose skin over resources, guys. 110%, I will always go resources. I will never choose a cosmetic over building out my heroes. Resources will win every single time, and I've kept that philosophy forever through every single game that I have played. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Cecilia. Cecilia works well with Isabella. Again, if you let Isabella literally free cast, she will crush your team. She will absolutely crush your team. If you let her free cast, you have to crowd control her. You have to lock her down in some capacity to really have the ability to actually win a battle. Because if she is left to cast, you're done. She will burn through teams so fast. Miyoki. Thank you, Shot Gaming. Pronunciation for me, guys, never a strong point. Has never been through AFK Arena. Will not continue to be. So we got a Battle of Heroes. I forgot it was the reset. So we got the full reset in here from everything, guys. I forgot Saturday. I'm not even paying attention. Got a lot of stuff going on. Didn't even realize that it was the absolute full reset for the weeklies, everything like that, and the campaign. So we finished out that, and look at that. A lot more diamonds, and of course, elemental cores, guys. Another 200. I even pushed through. I think I did a lot in here with the Misty Valley. I was doing this last night on my phone on the Misty Valley. Get Chimera Merc. Oh, we need a Chimera. I think I did the first 10, right? 9, 10. Yep, I did the first 10. Then I don't think 11's up yet. Giving me the notification, guys, and we still got 5 days on this thing. And I love the loot. This is probably one of the most lucrative places in AFK Arena, guys, to be able to pick a free hero. And I'm going to put Sonya in here right now, which I might have to change later. But that will take Sonya up to, I believe, 5 stars. And that will complete every Lightbearer hero. Right there, she is at 4. No, we're too shy. We're too shy of having her built. But I could use a Wilder as well. Again, a couple more to add 5 stars on, guys. Getting them. We're almost getting them completely done. Yeah, absolutely shot. Like I said, this was my plan for tonight. Knowing that my wife had a prior engagement, I absolutely wanted to come in here, make some solid progression. It's the consistent progression in this game that pays off. That really does pay off when it comes to building these out. And I think these are almost done. I think all of these, I don't think we have anything to claim. I didn't power level any pets. I really didn't buy any pets. I am going to pick up a couple with the Awakened version of Baden, guys. We're in VIP 15. I am going to pick up some of these smaller packs down here to pick up some of the cards. So I'm going to pick up a couple time emblems to try to build out the Awakened version of Baden. So I am going to put some money into it this month with the Awakened version of Baden coming up. We're going to pick up some of those cards. I already have, I think, 60. We have 69 time emblems, 69 Stargazer scrolls. Look at that, guys. Perfect with both of them. But again, we're going to continue to progress through here. Waiting to see, and I want to see exactly where Baden is going to fall. I'm picking up red chests right now because I need them for Baden. 1 card that'll take us to 70. We'll get some more cores because I am really short on cores. These I don't need, guys. I have an absolute incredible amount of those. Cores we're going to pick up, and then I'm going to pick up some shards here. Boom, there we go. Chests unlocked, definitely getting and building them out. I've been stuck at 39 for a bit now. I'm at 66. Yeah, some of the chapters, guys, it's levels. You really, really have to get to level up the resonating crystal. This is the game changer, guys. I've been pushing kind of systematically through here as we've been making progression. This is the fastest, absolute fastest way to make progression in AFK Arena is leveling up the crystal level combined with the Elder Tree. Both of these are 148. I took this all the way to 84, 117, and continuing to build this out, guys. I'll max this out probably within the next couple months because I'm not gaining levels as fast or heroes as fast to max that out, but we'll definitely continue. I've come for the muffins. Oh man, They came to take our muffins again. For free-to-play players, should we prioritize our diamonds for stargazing for our 5 meta teams first, or start buying time emblems from the shop daily? Honestly, BP, I would build out a couple priority Stargazer heroes. What I mean by that is I would build out at very minimum, probably Lucy and Ulna. They would be the two that I would build out first before I would start going into buying out those emblems. Again, because you're going to get to a point where if you're going to get an awakened hero, you're going to have to buy the cards. Free to play, 100% priority, you're going to have to buy those cards. It's going to take you a lot of them. But again, with Lucretia and with Ulna specifically, I would build them out first because this is going to be one of the big carries when it comes to progression, especially free to play. If you're looking to make progression, you're going to have them, and you're going to have them built out. You're absolutely going to have them built out. Oh, what's going on now for Dust? Yeah, I hopped on. We made it through quite a bit. 44-31. We started at 44-17. So we made, what, 14 stages? We got to 14 stages through there. Definitely wanted to hop on and make some progression in there. Best Awaken Brutus. Still Awaken Brutus. Any formation tips? I'm on chapter 35 and I need a new formation. I was going for Charizard. Yeah, Charizard still works, guys. Charizard works as of today. I just got through using, even looking back here, you can look at some of the old battles formations. Look at mine. Almost all of them have the Charizard. So it is right, 1, 2, 3. There it is. There's Mahira, there's Khazard, there's Rosaline, and there's Rowan, and of course Zolrath. Charizard, works incredibly well, still does to this day. Even getting into high level deficiencies, because you are doing the crowd control, the Charizard doesn't care. The Charizard doesn't care what you're using. Best way to use cash, for example, 200 USD. So the best one, like we were saying earlier, is these. The Alpinist pack, guys, $20 for 45,000 diamonds. This is the cheapest. This is the best purchase that you're going to find in AFK Arena. It is absolutely. From here, once you get the advancement packs, the Alpinist packs, the Climbers packs, anything else that's in there, I love the monthly cards. I buy these out every single month, and I have for years now. Again, because of the sheer cost for $20. Short of that, guys, Yuri ship is pretty good. Looking at the tokens you can get in here, this is the place that a lot of the pay-to-win players, the heavy whales, this is where they buy everything, is Yuri ship. Just because you do get all of these stones, guys. You get 30 cards for $24. You also do get 25 of these stones. Well, of course, from the well, you can get some very, very high lucrative loot. So essentially, you could get, if you pulled this one, you'd get 40 of these cards for $25, which is a really good deal. Even if you pull this one, guys, for making progression, again, I talked to a lot of guildies, a lot of players that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's crazy where and how much you can put into this game, guys. But again, light spenders, these packs. These are the big packs. I don't buy the Noble Society. I don't buy the Regal rewards. The big reason for this, guys, is of course I have a majority of heroes built. That's really the big thing. Is with having so many heroes built, the chances of these just giving me the same heroes are very high because I have a majority of heroes already built. So the chance of getting, again, duplicates that I just use for fodder, absolutely. Now the Twisted Bounties I buy, and then of course the Arcane Labyrinth, I will do the exact same. I will buy that out as well. I'm going through here, easy to go through here, begin the adventure, and I just level sweep. Now, I know Javid has said that it doesn't give you as much resources, but I don't want to spend the time and effort with a bunch of different accounts to go through there. And then I focus these on attack. It is 100%, guys. I do every single one of these. If I have an attack option, I go with the attack option every single time. And I have no problem running through here. The attack option, as much as I like the spider threads, the attack. Less damage. There we go. More attack rating. Boom. And then we get into our third floor. And of course, that will unlock the new pack right here, which again, last time we had red chest. We're still focused on power leveling. This is going to be what I'm focused on with the Champions of Espria, which I think we might be able to pick it up right now. Not sure if I have a card. Yep, 2904. So we're still good there. I buy gift cards. That's how I budget, guys. Most of you know as well that I'm in finance. I budget. I buy a gift card. That way it's not linked to cards. It's not linked to, cash, nothing like that. I buy cards out of here, or I buy gift cards that give me return. And then, of course, I use the gift cards in here. A lot of them, like Google Play Store, you can get a lot of rewards out of there. What would you do if you were a whale? If I was a whale, guys, I would just go to Yuri's ship and just buy an absolute ton of my time emblems. I would also buy an absolute ton of my bait. I would literally just buy a ton of these out every day. Come in here, guys. If you need something, literally just buy it. You know what? If you're a whale and your elder tree isn't maxed out, just come and buy your essence. You can even pick up some more out of here if you get lucky with the well. But again, if I was a whale, you could just go in there. Regal Reward is great for new players. Yeah, exactly. Regal Rewards, guys, if you're struggling to get heroes, this is good. This is really good because this is going to give you a ton of stones, and I really recommend not getting the Superb Stones. I'm not getting these anymore. I've had zero luck with them, and we bought the entire pack last time, so we had actually hundreds of the stones. We didn't really get anything out of them. And I could have had a lot more elite stones out of there. And what's going on? We got another new subscriber, guys. I think that's 7. If I remember, that is 7 already. What about the new Voyage sets? That they just reset. So these Voyage sets, overall, guys, if you look, so 200 scrolls out of here for $99. Is the Awakened version of Soulless worth it? You could probably buy the $24 pack and get the Awakened version of Soulless. I know you're not going to get the diamonds, but you could buy something like Yuri's ship. Chances are if you drop $100 in here, you're going to have 100 stones. You're going to have, what, 30, 60, 120 of these, meaning you're guaranteed to get your Awakened version of Soulless. Again, this could be good. It could be absolutely nothing. But overall, guys, I don't like the scrolls. This is absolutely horrible. These scrolls suck unless you don't have any of the faction heroes. But these, you cannot get the Awakened heroes as of right now. I don't like the faction scrolls at all. But again, at least the common scrolls give you a chance. Even the faction choice, I don't like these either because they're super, super RNG when you pick them out. Because we have so many heroes. It's hard because there are so many heroes. I bought an electric scooter. They're so much fun. So Shot Gaming, I bought my wife a Vespa. My wife has always wanted a Vespa. So this year we went ahead and we bought a Vespa. So she has a gas powered 150cc Vespa. Cruising around the neighborhood. She absolutely loves it. It's so cool. It's so cool. She absolutely loves that scooter. The level suite for the arena is chapter 39. I think it's 39. Not playing Javid's account. Not right now. Javid went to bed. Javid was here a little bit earlier. To be honest, it's not worth spending money on the game anymore. The awoke heroes through everything are now useless unless you're able to get them all. Yeah, it's a big change, Red. To put a little bit into it, honestly, I'm perfectly okay with it. To put like $1,000 in it a month, for me, not worth it at all. Little packs here and there to stay competitive. Again, if it's not this game, it's going to be another game. There's going to be somewhere else that we're putting the currency where we're putting a little bit of money. So ultimately, guys, I still love playing AFK Arena. I love sitting down and chatting with you guys. How do Superb Elites actually compare in theory? So far, they're not producing as well as players hoped. So I'll pop all these open tomorrow. Well, we have one right here. The sheer cost of Awakened Heroes with this 2%, for a lot of players that have opened a lot of these, they're not seeing this 2% as of yet. Celestials and Hypogens, we've been seeing quite a bit, but the Awakened Heroes, I run 8 accounts. Most of you know that I run 8 accounts. I've never seen an Awakened Hero from the the stones yet. On all of the accounts, all of the Noble Societies, all of the times that I've gotten these superb stones, I have yet to see an Awakened Hero on any single account yet, which is the reason, again, I could put the money into getting copies or getting, the regular stones and going that route versus putting it all into those superb stones and get the same exact probability of the Celestials and the Hypogeans. So, at which point of the game should I use Oden instead of Damon? Honestly, they're both used. Right now on the power leveling account, I use Damon and Oden together. They both work incredibly well as long as you have like Rowan in there for support. They will work. They will definitely work together. I almost have a 1-star Awakened Thane. Do you think the new Baden is worth it, or should I just stick to the copy of Awakened Solus and then Brutus? Kazi, I would wait right now, guys. And before we conclude the stream, we're almost done here. I'm about out of time. With Awakened Baden that is coming, guys, hold tight. Hold on to all of the cards that you have right now. Just sit on your time emblems. We have to see, Kazi, what the impact of the Awakened version of Baden is going to be. And that will really determine if we're going to build up Brutus or if we're going to go ahead and build up Baden. Again, I would wait about 7 to 10 days once he is released on global. Let people test him out. Let's see where he shows up in formations. I want to see his utility outside of PvP. I want to see if he's in the Twisted Realm, if he's in the Cursed Realm, if he makes it into meta formations. Again, just hold tight right now with your emblems. See exactly where Baden comes out since he is our final one. And it seems like Brian, he's going to have a lot of crowd control, or he's going to have to have a lot of support to work. If you don't have like Navitha, it doesn't seem like he's going to work very well because he doesn't quite get the buffs that he does from her. And that means having her with a plus 60 engraving, which again is going to be, we're going to have to see exactly where the whales build him out, exactly what the impact is. And also if he's going to be a hero that is going to be easily replaceable. So is he going to be unique in what he does and so unique that, that he has to be built out with a priority versus just a hero that either we can merc a version of, or he's just going to be one to pass that you're not even going to utilize. So again, guys, at this point, wait about a week, see exactly where he shows up, if he shows up in different formations, and then we'll kind of make a call from there. I'll have some videos about him. I'll even have the video where we go ahead and I'm going to try to build him with some of the resources and some of the packs that we get. That way we can go ahead and continue with our progression. So, all right, guys, so that'll do it for tonight's stream. Again, thank you guys for joining me for the stream, guys. I know it's very last minute. We are doing our stream tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time like we normally do. This was just kind of a very impromptu, guys, but we got a lot of members. We got a lot of subscribers, guys. Super psyched about the love and support for the channel. It's very cool to be able to hop on here and talk to you guys about AFK Arena. Seems that Streamlabs is working pretty well. Still has a little bit of issues kind of going on there. So I'm gonna try to work out some of those. But again, guys, that will do it for tonight for our stream. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'm gonna relax, probably watch a show. I've been watching The Peripheral over on Amazon. It's pretty cool, futuristic kind of sci-fi things that I like. But again, guys, thank you guys for joining me. Have a good night. And as always, thank you guys for watching.